Hi, kids. Let's have a drink. Now, out there in TV land, y'all know that when I say kids, I'm talking about like 20-something-year-old kids, right? My main viewership, like 24 to 35 or something like that. Okay, we have a letter. This is from a Deborah Marshall. Dear Murph, if that is even your real name, Dermot William MacMurphy, if you please. My name is Deborah Marshall, and my daughter was recently exposed to your filth in her elementary classroom. I have a feeling that this has to do with Lil Mike. You know, I never did get to bang that teacher. What the hell? I'll have you know that I'm on the PTA board and have taught Sunday school my whole life. Yeah, children could probably teach Sunday school. My poor daughter was sick to her stomach from your garbage, and I assure it had nothing to do with the 9-day leftover turkey casserole she ate. I beg to differ, Deborah. I think it may have had a lot to do with that. If she wasn't drinking scotch before she ate that 9-day-old turkey, she's screwed. I am abhorred that you have a television show, and I give you a big thumbs down. Yes, I watched all your shows. There's like... What am I up to now? We're getting close to 200. We're going to have to do a big shebang for the 200th episode. Deborah, you watched 180-something episodes of the Late Night Picture Show? Even my biggest fans don't do that. Even these lovely ladies. I told you I was going to do this. My clown suit is now being held together with Robot Liz and Lee Doing Stuff pins. Look. Get the glare off that. There's Lee right there. See her? I watched all your shows, but only to see what you will say next. Now, so this sounds like when Republicans get together and they appoint a porn czar, and he just like absorbs all this porn to like make sure that it's like in the public interest. And the poor guy can't help but get addicted to porn. And then you like want to claim that everyone who watches even one porn video is going to get addicted to porn because you made some guy sit there and watch porn for like 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Okay, my husband doesn't know that, and we will keep it that way. Well, I don't know your husband, Deborah, so I guess we will keep it that way. In short, you are not a nice man. So nuts to you, and I bid you a good... Why do people do that? Harold did that, I think. I bid you... I'm shooting, Charlie.
Okay. My tooth is loose.
Charlie's got a loose tooth. He's going to go in the bathroom there and wiggle it. Maybe it'll fall out. I bid you good afternoon. And they always write it in all caps, or they put it in quotation marks because they're being facetious, of course. Well, Deborah Marshall, I don't know what your daughter saw. Pardon me. But if you'd like to send me your picture, maybe you can make up for that teacher. Are we live? Hi, kids. Welcome to the Late Night Picture Show. Now, YouTube doesn't bother me about this, but when I post stills on Instagram, they think I'm sponsored. And I guess they want to cut? I don't know. I'm not sponsored. The bottle of J&B means it's Giallo tonight. Look for it in the movie. You might see it. And if not, you'll see Punte Mes. I don't have that because they don't sell it here in the state liquor stores. But, in fact, they don't sell this anymore either. I had to get this in Wyoming. And I made it into one of those halfway between a Rob Roy and a Rusty Nail kind of drinks that's really good. So tonight we have a Giallo double feature. Not by the same director or any kind of theme like that, but both Italian Giallo films. First up, we have the poster's in Italian. At least the best poster I could find right here. There were some English DVD covers, but that's not the same. This is a one sheet. Cosa avet fatto a Solange? What have you done to Solange is the English title. Fabio Testi, Karin Ball, Joachim Fuchsberger, probably Joachim Fuchsberger, Christine, I can't read that one, Galbo, maybe? Okay. It's like International Night. And you'll see why in a minute here. What Have You Done to Solange is a 1972 Italian international film directed by Massimo Dallamano. Starring, I just read them off there, but I wrote here, Italian and German people. who I'm not familiar with, I'm sorry. Okay. While floating down the Thames, that's right, the Thames, we're in England, on a lazy afternoon, an older man is making the moves on a younger girl, his young lover. When she sees a girl, they're facing each other, so she sees on the banks over there a girl running on the banks and a shadowy figure giving chase. A glint of sunlight on a shiny blade. Well, I'm like writing prose here. What the hell? A glint of sunlight on a shiny blade. Her lover is skeptical, thinking she's just playing hard to get, like she doesn't want to give it up in the canoe there. Back at school the next day, we find out the girl is a student at the Catholic girls' school. The guy, her professor. Now, I know it's hard to believe that a professor at a Catholic girls' school would be getting it on with one of his students, but I'm afraid that's what we have. Well, he's not a priest. If he was a priest, it would be an altar boy rather than one of the female students. There was indeed a killing. She wasn't making it up. And the victim is a fellow student. He asks her to keep what she saw to herself since his wife is right there. And also a professor at the school. And also, you know, they had to play this trope, and it's 1972. Of course, they have to play the trope that she's kind of frigid and cold. And she plays that way. With the next killing, though, the cops start to ask questions, and he has to cooperate and tell them what happened. His wife, who already suspected that he was fooling around, now knows. But what's this? What's this? His mistress is the next victim. And now he's a suspect. Not just what did you see from the canoe that day, but what are you doing here, Professor? Okay, in the most unlikely turn of events that I could have imagined in a movie, the professor and his wife team up to solve the murder of his mistress. Yeah, all of a sudden his wife's like the loving, doting wife who wants to help him out. Find out who killed his mistress. I know what y'all women out there are thinking. A guy wrote this. Well, not only did a guy write this, but an Italian guy wrote this. Just keep that in mind. Okay. He teams up with his wife to solve his mistress's murder, but wait. Who the fuck is Solange? And what does she have to do with any of this? Remember the title? Okay. This is not the best Giallo I've ever seen, but it's a solid mystery. And yes, we do find out who Solange is. I'm not going to tell you. Set in London with German and Italian actors. That's fair. They can go right across on the ferry and get a permit and film. And it's nice to see a Giallo happen in London instead of Rome. We don't need every Giallo to happen in Rome. This was a solid murder mystery with a great score. A great score by Ennio Morricone. And for that, I'm going to give it an extra X. I'm going to write it right on here. Where's my Sharpie? So, 3 for the movie and 1 for the score. It's a 4-ring circus for feature 1. What have you done to Solange? Yes, what have you done to Solange? Now stay tuned. And tell me in the comments if you see a scotch bottle in this one. I don't remember, and I didn't write it in the review. It kind of dawned on me later on that they were always drinking J&B, almost like J&B sponsored these movies. Product placement. We don't have any of that here. I got laundry detergent over there, and it shall remain unnamed because they're not paying me. All right, let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. I didn't even warn Charlie that I was starting to shoot, and he's being quiet up there. Yeah, I'm shooting early because I have to work 60 hours during the week. We'll be right back, kids.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy, the chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.